Hi everyone! On today's episode of Just Keep Growing, we get to cut our rock wool and put them in our little cages here. Now, this is when we get to plant our seeds basically. Now, rock wool it's mineral fibers, and so what I like to do is, because I have such a small area to work with in these little plastic cages, I cut these into 4. Cut them down the middle here, and then I'll cut them sideways again. Now that gives me 4 instead of just 1. Now these get to fit easy into here, and it allows a spot for me to put my seeds in and also have the roots grow out of here, and also let the water get to it so it keeps it nice and moist. Forgot I needed a chopstick to make a little hole in the top. So I just poke a little hole in the top here, and that's where my seed is going to go. And I'll do this for every single one of these. And with the miracle of video, they're all in. So what I did was, I've got the little pieces of rock wool inside here, the cage. This is the rock wool that I use. I do know that some people don't like it and don't tend to use rock wool, but this is what I have, so this is what I use. Arrow Garden does have replacement pods that you can purchase to be able to put them into these little cages. So now what we want to do is actually plant our garden. So first off, I'm going to start with the tiny Tims. Now if you see here, the seeds are very small. There you are, sorry. Very small seeds. Now I'm going to put 2 per container. I'm going to have them in 2 spots here. The reason being is, in case one doesn't catch, one will, and I can always transplant another one into dirt later. So here we go. I've got 3 seeds in my hand. They're very, 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 very tiny. So I want to make sure that that hole is open for them to get into, and just plop them in. Now I will be making little covers for these as well. You want them to have a little hole in the middle so that the plants can come out. I'm just going to use tin foil because I don't have the proper stickers. So that's what I'll be using. I do still have 1 seed in my hand here that I can feel, so I'm just going to dump out 1 more. I want to do 2 slots of tiny Tims, mostly because I really, really enjoy having tomatoes in the house all year round. And this is a great little compact plant that stays very small, and you can just grow them for over a year. I had one that was almost 2 years old. 270 days I think it was, or 290 days. Somewhere around there. I'm pretty sure it's 290. So those are my tiny Tims, and I did move my stickers up to the top of everything so that I will know exactly what's planted. So my tiny Tims are in the first 2. Next we're going to go with the thyme. Make sure that hole is big. Now, thyme is extremely small seeds. Look at these seeds. What? They're so tiny, teeny. They look like a speck of dust. So I have to be very careful when I put them in here. I do want a few in here because I think they grow more like, oh, maybe it does grow up tall. I think it has 1 stalk, and then from the stalk, plants come out. But we'll see. I'm going to try and put just a few down the hole. I don't want too many. So I've got to be very, very careful. I'm just putting them into my hand. Oh my goodness, they are so tiny. I must have 1,000,000 seeds in here. Okay, maybe not 1,000,000, but there's a lot of seeds in there. Wow. Okay, got a few in my hand here, and I want to make sure they go down the hole. Wow, those are small seeds. I'm not sure how this is going to go. We'll have to wait and see, guys, because these are really, really tiny seeds. I do know that the mint seeds are very, very, very small as well, and they just take longer. So that's what might happen with these. We'll have to wait and see. Now I'm just pushing them down a little bit with my poker to make sure that they're deep in there. So that is the thyme. So right now we have done the tiny Tims and the thyme. Next I'm going to try these little Gardener Delight tomatoes to see how they grow. I think I'm going to do 2 pods of them. I don't know. I'll try 2 pods just to see, and then if they don't go, then I'll leave some empty pods in. Leaving empty pods is a great idea so that you can have some room for things to grow in. Now, these are small seeds as well, so I'm hoping these will be some nice small tomato plants. So again, I'm going to just put 2 seeds in. There we go. Push them down so they're okay. Get my other one here and put the remaining 2 seeds in there. I'll show you how small those seeds are in just a minute here. Perfect. Get the seeds nice and in there. I don't want them too deep. They're only maybe half a centimeter. Like they're probably only that deep. They're very, very small. But these were the Gardener Delight seeds. Well, you can see. So very, very small again. And the last one I'm doing is going to be dill. Now this is Ducat dill. So I hope that's just regular dill. I'm not sure. Guess we'll grow together and find out, eh? I'm going to put just 2 seeds in because dill can get quite thick at the bottom, and I really don't want a lot of plants in there. Even if it's 2, it's almost too many sometimes. With tomatoes, you only want 1 to grow up in each slot. If you have more than 1, they're going to choke each other out. So basically, they won't grow. They'll just sit there kind of stagnant. They'll grow leaves and they look green, but they won't produce any fruit because they get too stressed out when there's too many together in a small area. All right, so there we go. That is our dill. Now on to some peppers. I'll try 2 in there, but if both come, I'm going to have to take 1 out. So because 2 can't grow. This is a sprout and it's really, really small. So the root area is very, very small. You can't have a plant that makes a lot of roots. Now you can trim your roots as well. That's something that I'll teach you guys. Oops, took out 3 seeds. I only need 2. It's a, I would say maybe a bone of contention with growers. Some will say to trim your roots, some will say not to. Now one good rule of thumb is to never trim more than 1/3 of your plants off. And that does include roots as well. We're talking plant on the top and plant on the bottom. All right, there goes the peppers. Make sure to close all these up so I don't lose my seeds. This is going to be a Firecracker Pepper. Again, it's just almost like the same seeds as the other one there. I'm going to put 2 in to see. If it comes out, I'll end up probably putting 1 in dirt and then putting them up here. See how things grow. You guys are growing with me. Okay. Oh, I got 1 more pepper to do in the back there. Get those pushed down in there. Like again, I said I'm not going very, very low with these. Like I don't know if I can show you because there's right there, and I'm just a little bit. Oh, really? Did you see that? Did you see that? Tried to push it in and it fell out on me. So that was the firecracker. I'll do 1 more. It's always the way. All right. So anyways, you get my drift. You only put them down a little bit, like 1/2 centimeter, 1/4 of an inch, you know, not very far at all. You want it so that the roots have enough room to grow down and the body has enough room to grow up. Okay. Next one is the Broadleaf, the Sage. This is the one I don't think I'm going to have much luck with. See how big that seed is? That means it's going to be a big plant. So, I don't know. Taking a little risk here with the Sage. I'll put 2 in there as well. Like I said, I don't think I'm going to have much luck with this. But maybe I'm foreshadowing and I'll have the best luck and this will be the best plant that grows. You'll never know if you don't tune in. And subscribe, right? Everyone's got to subscribe on YouTube. That's like the best thing. Now those will just get pushed in. Oh, really? 1 really flew out while I was trying to push it in. The Sage doesn't like me, I'm telling you. Good thing I got more than 1 seed, eh? Oh no. Okay, I got it out. Let's see if I can get it into the little rock wool here. Perfect. Don't fly out. Great. Okay, rock wool is done. Now onto the Broadleaf tomatoes. I did notice I've got 3 pods on them. I thought this was only a 5 pod, but it's actually 6, so I'm going to do double basil on that side. What do I have here? Broadleaf tomatoes. I'm going to have to get out 2 little seeds here. Just 2, yep. Again, these are really nice small seeds. You can kind of tell what type of tomato you're going to get from the type of seeds that come out of them. And these are nice and small, so I'm hoping, like I said, I've never grown the Broadleaf before, so I'll see if they are a big tomato plant or a small tomato plant. Now I'm done. Ooh, this is the mystery jalapeno. I have absolutely no idea how big this will grow. I have a feeling it's going to grow big. So I'm putting it in the back so that I can get room to grow this way a little bit. They tend to escape their little gardens as they grow. That's the fun of it. You get to see where they grow. Okay, jalapenos are done. I'm going to close my bag though. Next is going to be some summer savory. This again is some really tiny seeds. Look how small those are. Again, it just looks like a dusting. So I have to be very careful with how many go in there because, I mean, I don't want, 12 plants coming out. But a couple is okay. All right. Now, from my experience, the really small seeds take a little bit longer to germinate. So you guys will learn with me. Tomatoes come up nice and quick. They're usually within about 3 or 4 days I can start seeing tomato plants coming up. You guys have an exciting thing to see tomorrow. I'm so excited. I've been tracking a package waiting for it to come in for a prize that I won, and it's supposed to be here tomorrow. So I'm really, really hoping that it is. I'm going to do some red velvet leaf basil up at the front. This again is some really, really small seeds. Oh no, there we go. Very, very tiny seeds. I only want maybe 2 in here, 3 at the very most to see if it catches. But basil, again, you only want 1 plant per pod. And the reason for that is it's like a little tree, and the trunk of it gets too thick to allow more than 1 plant to come out of these little sponges. Okay. 2 more to do, and that will be it, guys. Some basil over here. Now basil, oh, this is going to be so fun. I love doing basil balls. It's like my favorite thing. So what a basil ball is once it starts growing and you've passed the 3 nodes, which is like the 3 initial leaves of flowers that come off, you top it, which means you cut off the top. And by doing that, it forces the plant to split into 2. And then you take off the top leaves, and then you keep topping it. And so it's, you top it, and then you take off the leaves, and then you top it, and then you take off the leaves. And this now forces the plant, instead of growing up, to grow out into almost like a little bush. It's super duper cute. You'll see. And it keeps them nice and compact so that you don't have to worry about the plants hitting the lights and growing out of your arrow garden. I see a lot of people with basil plants that don't trim, and basil loves to be trimmed. The more the merrier, I think, when you're trimming basil. Almost every other day you can trim it. I'll show you guys some videos. Okay, so I'm putting 3 seeds in each because I'm not sure how these packaged seeds will do. So, all right. That is it for today, guys. Next thing for me to do, actually I'll add this in here. Next thing for me to do will be to do the water. Now, what I like to do instead, there's a lot of opinions on how to water your arrow gardens. You can use distilled water, you can use bottled water. I use tap water, but I do let it sit. So I let it sit preferably for about 24 hours, if not more, just to get the chlorine out and everything else kind of dissipated out of the water. And then I'll put them in. So I'll show you that on my next video of how to fill these up with water. I do need to construct some tops for these first before I start these up. I want to make some tops because you don't want the light hitting the water through these little gaps because that'll cause algae. So I'll make those and I'll get back to you guys. Hope you're enjoying my YouTube channel, and don't forget, just keep growing, everybody, because really that's all we can do in these times is just keep growing and just keep going. Thanks everyone for watching. Have a great day.